Dreamscape presents Just Once by Laurie Handeland, narrated by Carrington McDuffie, Madeleine Maby, and Paul Heitsch. Frankie, Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin, June 2016. Frankie Sicari started up from sleep, disoriented. Her cell phone was ringing. The TV flickered a rerun of 2.5 Men, casting just enough silver blue light across the coffee table to reveal the remnants of her takeout supper, her MacBook, and her Canon camera. No sign of her iPhone. Nothing new there. Frankie misplaced her phone a lot, usually because she held her camera in both hands, and she was more interested in what she saw through the lens than anything that might appear on the display of a mobile device. She followed the sound of her ringtone, "Who are you? Ooh, 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 ooh," which indicated the caller was not in her contact list. She should probably let it go to voicemail, but anyone calling in the middle of the night must have a good reason, or a bad one. Frankie hurried into the kitchen, thrilled to see her phone plugged into the wall where it belonged, though she had no memory of doing so. She'd come home from work, set her kung pao on the counter, and become fascinated with the way the setting sun turned the cut glass vase on her farmhouse dining room table the shade of blood. She'd spent the next hour photographing the vase with various props: a green pepper, a white tennis shoe, a yellow begonia yanked out of the garden. As the colors shifted from red to orange to fuchsia, gold, and finally blue-gray. Then she'd warmed up her ice-cold supper and taken it, along with the camera and her computer, into the living room. Setting everything on the restored wooden trunk that served as a coffee table, she'd uploaded the pictures she'd taken that day of the Basilica of St. Josaphat on the south side of Milwaukee and started editing. Several hours later, she'd closed her burning eyes just for a minute. Next thing she knew, the phone was ringing. Woo, 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 woo. That ringtone was getting on her last nerve. She'd have to change it. Frankie snatched up the phone. "Hello? Francesca?" She knew that voice. Considering she'd met the woman once and talked to her on the phone never, Frankie wasn't sure why. "Hannah? Is Charley there?" Frankie had divorced Charley Blackwell 24 years ago.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?